Donald Trump has a long history of saying ridiculous and egregious shit. Most recently, he said he's concerned about the enemies from within. Well, what did he mean? Well, he specifically told us what he meant. When he was talking about the enemies within, he was talking about Adam Schiff, prosecutors, judges, the media, American citizens. And then he also said the way he would handle them is with the National Guard and the U.S. military. So he's talking about turning the U.S. military on American citizens. Well, that's just not a good thing. That's not what happens in this country. But the real problems come in is when other politicians who support Donald Trump get interviewed. And they ultimately get asked, what did he mean? Or do you support what he says about the enemies within? Well, these politicians, a little smarter than Donald Trump, know they would never want to get on board with something like that. And they'll say, well, that's not what he meant, what he truly meant. Don't you love that? Every time Donald Trump speaks, somebody has to fucking translate it. Why doesn't Donald Trump just say what he means when he fucking says it? Anyway, they'll say that's not what he means. And then the moderator will say, well, now here's the video where he says exactly who they are. And they get all concerned and they get all mixed up and they divert and they distract. This is the interesting thing about the Republican Party. They're not on the same page. Donald Trump will say something, and for the longest time, they'd get on board no matter what he said. But now we're getting close to an election, and some of the shit he's saying is even worse than anything else he's ever said. So they're having trouble stomaching that and getting on board. The Republicans, the Trump-o-fucks, Donnie Trump, they're all on different pages. They can't get it together, and that is why they're getting their ass kicked on November 5th.